Hey, Stan the Annuity Man here, America's annuity agent. Yes, that's me, licensed in all 50 states. Now, my producer said she really liked the blue hat. As you notice, Stan has a bunch of different colored hats. This is for Carolina blue. I'm from the Carolinas originally, so if you're a North Carolina fan, this is Carolina blue. And yes, you can get one if you want. I'll send you one if you really like it. But what is the best annuity company out there? You kind of were looking for that. And if I'm you, if I'm sitting there searching on the internet for annuities, number one, who's the best person to buy it from? Well, you fortunately hit that on the head. It's me, Stan the Annuity Man, because I am licensed in all 50 states. Even if you're sitting in Maui on the beach, I can hook up and get you an annuity, right? But the answer to the question is there's no perfect best company for annuities. Now, all of the companies that are out there watching that are throwing things at the screen and they're like, no, it's us, it's us. It's really not. I mean, annuities are commodity products. And so with that being said, that's the short answer, but let's dig in a little bit deeper to how you can figure out which annuity company might be best for you. So this is a call that I typically get every week. A lot of them is like the person calls me and says, hey Stan, my advisor or whoever pitched me and said, this annuity is the best one for me. In other words, they told them what they were trying to solve for and they are only shown one carrier. And my comment to that is if someone only shows you one carrier, then that annuity is probably not best for you, but it's probably best for them, the person selling it to you, because if they sell enough, they get to go on some trip to, Milan or Bora Bora or something if they sell enough. And unfortunately, those type of sales incentives do still exist in some deep, dark pockets of the fixed annuity world. I don't agree with that. I think that there should be no sales incentives at all. So getting back to the original question, which is the best annuity company out there, or which one should you be looking at? You really should be looking at them all. So when I tell people, here's the annuity landscape of all the products, it really comes down to two questions. What do you want the money to contractually do? And when do you want those contractual guarantees to start? That's it. From those two questions, I can then say this annuity fits best or this annuity type fits best. I also came up with an easy to understand acronym called PIL. P stands for Principal Protection. I stands for Income for Life, L stands for Legacy, and the other L stands for Long-Term Care. So Principal Protection, Income for Life, Legacy, Long-Term Care. If you don't need to solve contractually for one or more of those four items, you probably don't need an annuity. But let's get back to the commoditization of annuities. In other words, if you came to me and said, I'm looking for income starting in 30 days, then that's an immediate annuity quote. Okay, so we at StanTheAnnuityMan.com would quote all carriers and you would receive a quote list of probably 10 or more of the best carriers out there with the highest quotes in order of the highest quote all the way down. The other thing that you need to keep in mind, in addition to just buying the contractual guarantees, because I always tell people you own an annuity for what it will do, not what it might do. Might do is the hypothetical, theoretical, back-tested, hopeful agent scenario. You buy it for the contractual guarantees only. Period. End of sentence. That's what you should do. You also look at the claims paying ability of the carrier because you're transferring the risk to them to pay those claims. So the other thing you look at is the ratings of the companies, and we have that on our site as well, showing AM Best, Moody's, Standard & Poor's, and Fitch, which are the four primary places that rate annuity companies from the standpoint of claims paying ability. And then we also use a rating service called Comdex, which takes all four of those rating services and then applies an easy to understand score from 1 to 100. So getting back to the original question, what's the best annuity company out there? There's a lot of good companies out there, but there's not specifically one. A question I get a lot is, I got the quotes and I see A++ companies, I see A+ companies, I see A- rated companies. Which one should I choose? Hey, there's no good answer to that, okay? I really wish there was. It comes down to your gut feel on what you feel most comfortable with. Now, in a lot of cases, the highest rated companies don't always have the highest contractual guarantees. Sometimes they do, which is great. That makes it an easy decision. But sometimes they don't. So a lot of the questions revolve around A+ rated versus A++ rated, okay? In my opinion, I would go with the highest contractual guarantee out there if it was an A+ rated company and the A++ rated company finished right below them. But once again, it's your money, it's what you feel comfortable with. But I have to do my due diligence and research, and my recommendation has to be on the claims paying ability of the carrier as well. If there's a company out there that I don't think you should put a lot of money with or put any money with at all, I'll tell you that's my job. But in most cases, if an A+ rated company finishes first on the quote for your specific situation to solve for your specific goals, I would go with them. Hey, we've covered a lot of this best annuity companies. There's not a best one out there. I did cover in another video the best pension annuity deals out there. I'm not sure I'd call them deals, but that's what we called them in the video. The best way to go about looking for that and shopping for that. And getting back to the original premise is, where's the best one? You shop all carriers. Obviously, we do that at StanTheAnnuityMan.com. We have no skin in the game. People always say, hey, Stan, what's your favorite annuity company? My favorite annuity company is the one that finishes first for you contractually when we run quotes with all carriers. That's my favorite because it solves for your specific goal and you're getting the best contractual guarantee out there. So with that being said, go to StanTheAnnuityMan.com if you want to connect with us or get a quote or get books or whatever you want informationally. And please subscribe to my YouTube video. I'm putting these videos out every single day. I know that's hard to believe, but I am America's annuity agent. So what does America's annuity agent do? He educates. He educates, and that's what I'm doing. Thanks for joining me.